Bandcast number... Are we on the 10th episode? Has it been 10 weeks of this? Wow. It's funny because I wanted to make a really cool backdrop, and then I was just like, this is the reality of van life. This is what it looks like in my house right now. It's actually clean, but it looks like there's so much going on. But welcome back to another week, another episode. I'm really excited about today's. I feel like I could make this one long, but trying to keep my solo ones a little shorter. Stop making your man ejaculate. And just kind of in general, semen retention. Because I know this seems like, shouldn't men be listening? But I do have some men on here as well. But I think it's important that women know this just as much as men. I want to do another episode because I feel like it's too much to fit into just this episode. I don't know. Just specifically talking about more specific tantric practices that you and your partner can do, or you can do solo. I know I mentioned ovarian breathing in my first tantric episode, but I want to get into a few more specifics and kind of also talk about that one a little bit more in depth. So that'll be coming soon, but today we're going to mainly talk about what I just said. Before we get into it, I need to get comfortable. Okay. There we go. Okay. Am I comfortable? Wait. Nope. So my download or whatever of the week, I think I share a lot of my downloads of the week or whatever, messages of the week on Twitter now that I'm thinking about this. So follow me on Twitter if you don't already. A big thing that I experienced this week that was really powerful for me was coming together with some friends to breathe together. It just made me think about how much we come together to eat, to drink, to smoke. I just always think about what if you guys came together and decided to breathe together? You know, the next time you're going to go drink with your friends or whatever, I don't know, is it radical to bring up hey guys, what if we got together, went on a hike and just did some breath work together at the end, or even just sat in silence together, just practice more mindful things together instead of just totally poisoning our bodies together. Those buffers and distractions kind of keep you from really, really bonding with the other person, let alone yourself. If you guys want a video all about my experience with substances, as far as drinking and smoking, I would be happy to share that information too. Do a little breath work, as we always do in the beginning of our episodes. I am kind of dealing with allergies, if you can't hear. It's just been an interesting thing going on right now, as far as breathing goes. I mean, I'm able to do it, but it's just not fun. Chugging this OJ right now, and it is really everything's just coming out. I actually want to practice a really, really just simple thing you can do to just regulate your breathing, to just slow down the breath and really become aware of how hard you're breathing. You can cover your nose and mouth with your hands and begin to breathe through your nose and just try to make it barely felt on your hands. The slightest amount of air is touching your hands. So when you blow out, make it as soft as you can make it and quiet as you can make it. And really, we're just going to practice that for just a little bit. And that's just something it's kind of easy to just do throughout the day of all right, let me force myself to slow down. And just see how that feels for you. Where 2 breaths really change the whole day. I say that all the time, but it's crazy. You can do it in the beginning of your breath sessions, during your breath sessions, throughout the day. There's no wrong or right there. Just to show you how hard you might be exhaling and how much you might be subtly hyperventilating throughout the day as well. Breathing through your nose will naturally allow you to slow down the breath. It's the better way to breathe if you can choose between mouth and nose, but I actually want to make an episode all about that, but anyway. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex, baby. I have a ton of topics that I want to talk about as far as sex goes, because I feel like this is one topic that I never really talk about online, and it's literally life. It is like how we're here. So I I'm not afraid to talk about it anymore. But okay, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, I'm just gonna say, first of all, an Instagram that you should follow, I'm gonna shamelessly plug, is Vibe Nation. My good friend Viper, he was my only collab thus far on here, but that Instagram alone has taught me a lot. He's taught me a lot. It's very knowledgeable as far as sexual, tantra, health, just conscious relationships in general. Why would you not make your man ejaculate? That's crazy, right? And men, like, why would you not want to, right? Well, ejaculation. When a man ejaculates, it is his whole life force energy. A pint of blood to reconcile what has been lost when a man ejaculates. It directly affects the kidneys and the willpower and the desire to even create in life. That's a thing. And the lower back definitely represents like money and stability. And it trickles onto a million things. But in general, you should know that that's like their whole life force energy, right? Like no other mammals, no other animals, I think other than like dolphins or something, have sex for pleasure like we do. We are the only ones that just have sex as like an activity, like it's watching a movie. Sex is here to reproduce. That is the purpose of having sex with another human being. It is to generate generations, right? You're doing it in the act of pleasure. I'm not shaming you. I'm just suggesting remove the ejaculation, because that is a waste of the seed. That is a waste of life. God, there's so much to say about this. And as a woman, you naturally absorb all that energy. A man gets drained, but as a woman, we naturally are receivers and they are givers. So we naturally like level up. We like charge up. You know what I'm saying? We already do that. But then if a man's spilling his seed, he's giving away that energy and we're charging up even more from that. And it's almost, I don't want to say this like as an absolute, but it creates a difference in the male, female. The polarity is shifted a little bit here because the woman is leveling up. She's charging up. Her life force energy is going up and the man is getting drained. So I'm not saying it's inevitable that they'll break up or they won't last because, again, not trying to make an absolute here. Really, the man, gosh, there's so much to say. It's like fire and water, okay? The woman is the water. The man is the fire. You don't want to put his fire out. You don't want to do that. You want to meet each other. You want to manifest with these energies. You don't want to just go to sleep after building up this big energy and then just passing out. Exhibit A, that life force has been drained. Sex can be re-energizing. It can be revitalizing. It can boost your energy up. It can bring manifestations into your life. It can transmute bad energies out of your body. As a woman, a whole other episode that I think I'm going to get my good friend Lauren. If you follow me for a while, you know who that is. It's one of my best friends. I want her to specifically talk about this because she knows a little bit more than I do, but just the womb can carry so much pain and so much energy in general, but pain and guilt and happiness and joy. You have to be selective about, first of all, who enters the body. Definitely who you're extracting energy from can really affect you.